Big John's there and several of the other farmers, along with Bobby's parents. Um, Big John's, Bill John's, Big. Sorry, my little boy's talking to me. Um, Big John says that he's still not completely convinced that y'all will be successful, but he thinks that your bravery is honorable. But of course, Bobby's parents stand up for you immediately, explaining how y'all defended their farm with your risking your lives and even healed him when he had been in.
I scoff at the notion of any doubt of our valiant troop.
Gotta move y'all back to the other map. Let's see. But the old lady gives y'all a map. Let's do a little more reveal area here. She gives you a map that shows this little red line. Y'all are here where the little picture of Zagreus is, right here, and up further along the areas where she said she saw the wyverns leaping off the top of the falls, where the falls comes off the top of the mountain, and then the river, the water flows down the mountain. It's clearly like a glacier melt that occurs during the summer. Because the river is much larger, it's full capacity, the water is clean and crystal clear and beautiful water, great for drinking, which is the reason why the Vale is such a great place for farming, because it provides such a fantastic water supply. There's actually several of these little rivers around the area. So let me know when y'all are ready to break camp and head up the mountain or whatever y'all want.
Have we regained our spells?
Yes, you've had a full night's rest and could regain all your spells the next morning.
Well, I'm set to go then.
Huzzah! Let us move forward. Up, up, up the mountain we go.
Bobby says, y'all are really going to go up the mountain and kill the wyverns? Can I come? Can I come? Mommy, please, please, can I go?
Oh, that might be, a bit dangerous. Little boy, you might want to, not get killed on this excursion of ours.
But I'm brave. I can fight.
Yes, but, this group that you see here may never return. You wouldn't want your parents to worry about you forever, would you?
Scoff under my breath.
Bobby, I got an important task for you. I need you to stay here to watch over your mom and dad, okay? Can you do that for me?
What'd you say, Mark?
I have Bobby, I say basically I have a very important task for him. And I give him 3 of my darts, and I tell him, I want you to protect your mom, okay? Just in case we don't come back.
He just marvels at his new weapons. He thinks they're just the greatest thing in the world. And he says, well, I will. I guess somebody has to stay behind and guard the other farmers. I'll stay behind and protect them with my. I will be brave like you.
Yeah, you and old John, you can, protect the farmers.
Big John and his mighty shovel. I hope I grow up to be as big and strong as him one day.
Yeah, you could be old John's, what do they call that? The assistant to one of those night guys. What's that
Squire.
word? Oh yeah, squire. You could be old John's squire.
Big John's too dumb to be a knight. Ooh, don't tell him I said that.
We won't.
Oh yeah. I try not to hurt people's feelings, so I won't.
I'm sure he would give me a good thrashing with the broad end of that shovel.
Perhaps
He kind of rubs it. He kind of rubs his butt in memory of his last butt whooping.
Well, okay, Bobby. We'll see you later. Hopefully, if we don't die, maybe we'll survive and come back.
Oh, give us a little faith. Come on, let's go.
I believe y'all will do it. Y'all will be successful. Y'all are great and powerful.
Yeah, but we could fail and die.
Rather faithless paladin we have here.
Shouldn't you have more faith that your god will protect you?
Yeah, but not in front of the kid.
With dawn, the area around Wyvern Falls is wrapped in a false peace, as tranquil as the morning fog and just as insubstantial. Unless stopped at the source, these wyverlings will just keep coming down from the falls. The path to defeating them leads to the headwaters above Wyvern Falls. Ferga's story points the heroes to the correct direction. There's a rough path along the side of the mountain pass over which several switchbacks before reaching to the top. The horses, if you have horses, cannot make the trip. A single pass snakes up the cliff wall at the near side of the falls, and the climb is slow and dangerous. At last, you reach the top of the falls themselves. Turning back for a moment, you see the vale spread out before you, rolling farmlands and deep forests, still hedged in fog in some places, and the mountains on the opposite side of the vale dark and foreboding. Your group turns and follows the stream into the mountains. It's a fast mountain flow, swollen by rain, and it flushes past you in a white, foamy surge to reach the falls. The path along one of the bank streams is a few feet above the flow of the water. Still, the rushing water makes it hard to communicate, and you need to shout to be heard. For most of the day, you travel up the narrow defile on a single route without any branches at all. If the wyverlings come down this gorge, their lair must be further in. Finally, as the sky begins to darken and the defile is already in deep shade, the gorge begins to widen slightly into a meadow. Up ahead, you see what looks like a ruined building with a large bonfire built in the center, and you hear the singing, rough, harsh songs that come from no human throat.
So, does it sound like natural music, like the babbling of a brook, or more like not human, like ghosts? Or
It's humanoid. Does anybody speak Goblin?
I do. I speak Goblin.
hold on, Wes got disconnected from Discord. It says. Windows got him. The Windows update.
If it's the same one I got stuck downloading yesterday, it wasn't that bad. Stuck installed. Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that happened to you on Friday.
Well, in my case, I'm not really sure of how an update not come off. In my case, I really had to restart. My computer had been on for a week, and I was running a bunch of stuff. And when I went to restart, I realized it was going to force me to update if I did. But I went through it anyway, and it only took an extra few.
Yeah, it depends on how these guys' settings.
Yeah, because usually Windows releases their updates the second Tuesday of the month, if I remember.
Yeah, I've got it set up so I have to update it manually. It doesn't auto update. It reminds me that there's updates, but I don't allow it to update automatically.
I don't think you can turn that off on Windows 10, though.
It's set it to work during off hours.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you. Wes is just trying to reload his Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord does takes a little time to load up again.
So, yo.
Okay, guys. There's some sort of goblin shaman up ahead. Some type of bless incantating a blessing.
Does it sound like an incantation?
More like a clerical ritual.
Then I realistically wouldn't know what that means other than probably bad.
Where there's a shaman, there's probably more. So let's prepare.
All right, guys. I am so sorry about that. It just did the auto restart, and I couldn't do the auto update, and I couldn't do anything to stop it.
It happens. Welcome back.
Okay,
Who
so
takes the longest?
when I hear them start to get active, I'll immediately turn around and bound back down the little hill. At least it looks like a hill, and say to the party, turn visible, and say to the party that I know where they are.
Before you talk to the party, give me a roll for move silently.
Yeah, where's
Uh,
the
do you-
goblin?
Do you want me to just roll you a D100 because I'm not in my normal form? I'm not. It's not the same. I don't think.
Yeah, you just use your same ability for your move silently. I'm gonna add some modifiers to it.
And where's that chanting coming from?
Yeah, no modifier needed. That was a terrible roll. As you bound down, you knock over a rock and make a little bit of noise. The chanting and the wyverns get really loud, but the chanting stops.
I disrupted them, you guys. They're gonna come get us now. Get ready.
Your scouting has revealed two pathways that you can go up the little hillside. There's this one here, and you can see the rudiments of tower pillars all around. They're obviously very old. A roof is completely collapsed, maybe thousands of years old, hundreds of years old at least. So there's a pathway this way and a pathway up this way. And then, of course, you could go around this way all the way around the hilltop.
I consult with the rest of the party.
Which one do you think will be best for us?
I think the more narrow pathway exposes us more. I think I might prefer the room of going around the other side to the right.
Why don't we split up? Half go up the narrow path, the others go around.
No, I don't like the idea of splitting up. I would prefer to go the narrow way rather than.
The right pathway will require you to go all the way around the hill to come up over this direction. As this part right here is unpassable.
All right, then the narrow pathway seems like the most likely or the best option then.
It's up to y'all.
Yo, why don't we just go this way?
Well, that's what I thought at first, but it seems like it might take a lot longer that way.
To take the low road? I beg to differ.
It may give them some time to calm down so that they won't be expecting us as much as they currently are.
Who's they?
The beings that are up there.
What do they look like?
They look like
Goblins.
Well, nobody saw them, but you could hear them. And the wild mage speaks Goblin, and he understood that that's the language of goblins. I'm assuming he shared that to the rest of the party.
Yes, they did.
it sounds like goblins and wyverns. Maybe they're riding them. I don't know.
Oh. Well, if it's goblins, maybe we should just go kill them all because the goblins and be on our way.
It sounds like there's some sort of infernal chanting going on there. I don't. Not up on goblin religion, so.
If Erin was here, she'd be able to tell you that that was some sort of blessing. It sounded like a profane blessing made to some sort of evil god. Are you moving up to there?
Yep.
I'm going to try to climb the hill right there.
Nope, just walk up the grassy area.
That's about a 7-foot elevation. You can tell it was like leveled. The temple was obviously built on a hill, a natural hilltop. The area around it was probably the congregation, and the top was probably where they carried out sacrifices or whatever the hell.
Do I see a walking path up there?
Not really. There's this one that wands around, and it's clear it's been used.
Oh, so
You
there
see
is.
little footprints in the dirt.
So there is a walking path. Okay, then I'm just gonna take that path.
But you're welcome to climb up the side there. It's not extremely tall. It's not like it's 20 foot tall. It wouldn't take very much to climb up it.
So do I see anything over here?
As you walk around here and begin to come up here,
Oh, okay.
you see the wreckage of an old temple. At one time, it was probably an imposing structure, but the walls and the roof have long since fallen away, leaving only 6 large stone pillars standing among the rubble. You notice that the pillars and toppled stones are carved with the symbol of wyverns. Among the fallen pillars is a great bonfire, and there are 5 goblins chanting around it. One is standing atop a low tower and wears a tall, feathered headdress. He seems to be leading the others in their chants. You notice that the goblin leader holds a chain attached to a large wyverling. Any that you have seen so far, and this large creature seems docile around the goblins. Near the fire is a large cage made out of wicker reeds. Within the cage are 3 more wyverlings. They thrash about in their cage, and they look very, very... See, he can see 3 targets. Milo, the one who has the bow here, he had an arrow notched and ready, and he takes his shot. And it's a terrible one. I know your armor class is going to be better than that. Yeah, your AC is a 3. Yeah, he didn't even come close.
Am I able to return fire, or should we roll initiative? Or
Yeah, it'll be initiative time at this point if you want to take an action.
I'm going to attempt 3 since I say that since our last round.
Yeah. Excel 809. Hello.
I'm here. I'm here.
We're here.
So y'all all in initiative.
I believe so.
See, we go from, I had it right the first time, we go in ascending, right? Yeah. These 3 can't do anything because they are sealed inside of cages. Alrighty, Sparkling Line. Your movement rate is greatly slowed over the top of those rocks unless you want to just bound through.
Oh yeah, I'll just bound through.
There's a start.
You take 1 point of damage when you charge through. You step on sharp objects. There's obviously stuff hidden in the rocks and rubble intended to be able to. But you managed to get through it without further harm. Ouch.
Only the first one hit, I believe.
Yeah, the AC of 10 is not going to hit anything. This goblin moves to intercept you. He doesn't actually attack, but he moves in between you and the priest as though he's wearing kind of heavier armor than the others. He carries a spear. He's kind of using the spear to kind of keep you away from the. He's obviously his personal guard.
Okie dokie.
Oh, can I see them from my location?
That will make it your turn, Mark.
Can I see them from my location?
You can see some movement up there, yeah. You don't have a clear line of sight on them, but you can see things moving around up there. Are you full-blooded human, or are you,
I'm half elven.
Yeah, so you, half-elves have infravision. You'd be able to see heat signatures up there.
If I move a little bit closer, can I get a line of sight so I can cast my grease spell?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna center it right here.
What are you targeting the area with?
I'm targeting this area with grease spell, so I get 10 foot by get 10 foot. I get the 10-foot square. That's all 4 goblins.
I didn't hear what spell you said you were going to use.
Grease. He said grease.
Oh, okay.
We'll go
Casting
off-
time?
It will go off as a. That's what my 5 is for. Was the casting time.
Oh, you included it. Awesome. What's the area effect? 5 by 5 or 10 by 10?
10
10
foot
by
area.
10. It's 10 by 10. So 4 squares.
It will actually last for 5 rounds. Since I'm off as a level 2 mage.
Yeah, if you center it there, you'll get them all.
That's what I plan to.
Oh, the one in armor falls on his behind him. The priest seems to be unaffected. The other 2 fall on their ass.
Now, if someone could be so kind and send some type of incendiary device to that area.
I can barely hear you. I can hear you talking, but I can't hear what you're saying.
He's asking somebody to light it on fire.
Yep.
That goblin fell on his butt for his attack. He will try to get back up. He manages to get up. But it'll still take him a couple of rounds to get out of the oil, the grease. Because it reduces his movement rate to like 5 feet, I believe. Zagreus.
Am I able to see them where I'm standing?
No.
Am I able to move up and attack?
Yeah, you can move your movement rate. That'd be about half your move. What about half your move rate to get to there? And any further, you're going to be, you're going to be moving through the area that you already know is. Well, I guess you don't know because you weren't up there.
Well, either way, I see the goblins now. I'm going to use magic missile, and I'm going to splinter it between them.
Oh, you're level 2? Level 3?
Level 2.
You only get the 1 arrow then.
Oh, I must have got my numbers wrong then. So just the one.
Ping one that you're gonna target with it.
The the green one there behind the pot. So here,
The boss guy.
I guess so.
Magical arrow slams into him. He's none too happy about that.
Does that count as an incendiary?
Negative. That won't set the grease on fire now.
I'm going to fire an arrow from point blank range, I believe, at the same goblin that Zagreus just attacked. Then I believe I get another arrow, right?
Yep.
You're shooting at the leader type. Yeah, that'll hit him. Yeah, you can go ahead and take your second arrow attack now instead of waiting to the end of the round. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Did you not see them?
Just
Not
the
the
first
first
one.
one, but not the second one.
Huh. You know, it was doing this to me on Friday night. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else can see it, but I did roll a second attack. It hit AC 7.
That would miss.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't see it at all.
Yeah, Discord.
This-
They were having problems with that earlier too. They had yesterday. They had a brief mention about that.
We were experiencing it on Friday night.
So was I.
Okay, so that's the end of my turn then. The first arrow hit, the second missed.
Yeah, baby Goblin gets a saving throw. Try to get out.
From behind the altar, this thing leaps out over the top of the altar, landing next to the magic user here, it's obviously a goblin riding a warg. The warg won't get an attack because it used its attack to make the jump. The goblin, however, he just about stabbed his own warg with his dagger.
No one said that goblins are smart.
Or skillful. That goblin there, the leader goblin, I do need to make a roll for him. Well, the spell that he was casting. Y'all did hit him 2 or 3 times, and he failed his saving throw.
Woo! I disrupted him.
That, and he's also in Greece, so he gets up, falls down. He's not getting up for a while.
He's the one who made a saving throw in the grease, so that he wasn't affected by it.
Oh, okay.
But I broke his concentration, though.
He does whistle, and that wyvern that we were describing earlier, he hops on the back of it, and it takes wing into the air. It's a good bit bigger than the other wyverns. It's not huge, but it's clearly older than the others. It also seems to obey his commands. He's going to try to stand up. He's not going to succeed. He's going to lay on his ass. Pally, it's your...
What's this here?
That right there is an old column.
How tall is it?
Oh, no, that's like a empty altar type thing, you know, that they probably use ceremonial to wash stuff with or whatever. It's empty and grown over with vines and that.
Can I stand on it?
You can try.
And what's this here?
It doesn't look extremely sturdy, though. It looks like it's several hundred years old.
What's this here?
That was the brazier I was describing earlier that's got coals in it that the priest was praying over, and it's obviously dark and dedicated to a profane god.
Okay, I'm going to take the risk and try to stand on this old decrepit thing and kick over the brazier into the grease.
Well, the priest is mounted on the wyvern now that's taken
No,
wing.
he said grease.
Oh, grease. I'm sorry. I thought you said priest. I'm sorry.
So what do I need to roll in order to get on this
Well, that would just be
thing?
a basic dexterity roll to see if you can stay on top of it. I will roll to see if it stays intact. Because you're now wearing plate mail, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your dexterity will have a -2 penalty. And that's literally half of what the book recommends. Roll me a petrification save to see if you take any damage from the fall. You take 1 point. Not bad though. That will leave you in a prone position until the next round. Those 3 can do nothing because they are trapped. Zagreus, you're the one that disrupted his spell, so I suspect he's going to come after you. But Milo did hit him with some arrows, so he's coming after you.
And he's the one on the wyvern?
Yeah, the priest is widening the wyvern, and the wyvern is going to be what attacks you, not the priest. It's not his turn yet. He's just along for the ride. It misses horribly with its bite, and here comes the nasty tail. What's your AC? An 8?
8.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Give me a saving throw versus poison, please. You take 2 points of damage. That was an initiative roll. I need a saving throw versus poison.
I didn't hit the button.
Yeah, that's me. I'm rolling initiative for next round.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to find the darn macro.
It should be when you click on your character token. It should be right up there at the top.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was going into the other thing. So poison.
You are not poisoned by its tail. Excellent work. Sparkle. There's a goblin rolling around in grease right in front of you. With your bonuses to hit, that will be sufficient. That will not. So your first claw attack hit, the other two missed. Goblin with a spear will attempt to stand and fall flat on his face and drop his weapon. He is flat, face first in the dirt.
Like a Looney Tunes cartoon with a banana peel.
Paladin, roll me a surprise check along with you, Milo. Just a die 10. If you roll greater than a 3, you're not surprised.
I have a +1 reaction adjustment from my race.
Feel free to add it.
Yay! I'm surprised.
And you're an Azimir, and they have bonuses to not get surprised.
Yeah, that's what the +1 was for. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm
'cause
surprised.
I played one once.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I rolled a 2.
So what is your AC bonus without without dexterity bonus or shield?
Without dexterity or a shield?
Correct.
3.
Okay. It takes a bite out of your ass. 5 points of damage. It misses terribly with its tail, though, thankfully. Milo, a wyvern sneaks up out of the bushes from around the corner and bites your paladin right in his ass.
Oh! My ass!
Foul, fell beast.
Oh! I just got bit in the ass by a wyvern.
It looks pretty hungry.
No, not the ass! My beautiful ass!
I'm thinking that if paladin training were as rigorous as that of a halfling guardian, you might not have been surprised.
I didn't receive any training. What are you talking about? This is natural. I was born out of the womb like this. You kidding me?
Now that you're wearing a pair of assless chaps, Wild Mage, what wildness do you have for the party?
Actually, nothing, because as that ward wire came up, I drew my rapier and I said, "In Goblin, do not meddle in the affairs of wizards, for you shall die." And I am attacking with my rapier.
What'd he say?
He said he's going to attack with his rapier, and he put in a bunch of really cool role-playing embellishment that I think you should give him 200 points for.
All right. Who is he attacking?
One of the goblins, I think. Oh, yeah, the one that's riding the warg.
The warg. Yeah. Are you hitting the warg or the goblin on the warg?
The goblin on the ward.
The goblin on the warg.
Alrighty, take a swing. But doggy, you spear him. You got a goblin on the end of your rapier now, like a goblin kebab.
I'm taking a look at something. That's not right.
You rolled a 15.
Yeah, but it says I hit negative 813.
Either way, a 15 is going to hit him, and that with that damage, you're going to kill him.
Okay.
He was the weakest of the goblins, which is why he rise to war, because he's a pussy.
Don't matter, I fixed that on the sheet anyways.
This is the goblin that managed to stand up last round. Instead of moving, he's going to hurl his dagger. He's going to take a shot at the. Oh! He nails the shit out of the for 3 points of damage.
Who does he hit?
Milo. And he was at negatives because of the range. He rolled a natural 20. And he managed to stay on his feet, too. He's got some fancy footwork. Zagreus. There is a evil priest right in your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast armor on myself.
I'm going to take 2 shots at the, what did we say it was? A witch doctor? It is my turn, right?
Yeah, I believe it is your turn.
Do we lose Wes again?
Wes, are you there?
Y'all there?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
I just attacked the the goblin witch doctor or whatever, the one that was riding the wyvern. I think I hit him once for 3 points of damage.
Yeah, it was, we had done, yeah, that would have been your attack. And Zagreus casted shield. Okay. I still don't see any to hits rolling for you.
It's weird. Does anyone see them? I rolled 2.
I saw one of them this time. It's you hit a -3 and 3 for the small and 8 for the large, but I did not see if you rolled a second.
I rolled one prior to that. The first one I hit AC 7, so I'm not sure if that hits or not. I don't think it does.
No, that's not gonna hit him.
So it's the same problem as for Friday night then.
Yeah, strange.
Alrighty, then it will be the ward's turn to attack the magic user there. Wild Mage, you have an AC of
2.
9. You shouldn't have an AC of 9. You got the armor spell up, right?
I have an AC of 2. Armor spell and dex bonus.
Well, it rolled a 2, so it didn't hit shit.
I forget, when does the armor spell go off? Is it instant or is it
What's your casting time?
that's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, it's probably casting time of 1 because it's a level 1 wizard spell. But I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, it's just a 1, so it's gone off for me as well.
Yeah, it's automatic. Then it goes off immediately then. Oh, I love my son. But boy, can he be annoying at times. Zekris, give me a saving throw versus spells, please. And you can add any wisdom bonus you have. The priest casts a spell at you.
So that's just a d20?
Click on your character. And you see at the top there it says spells. Click on spells. And then add whatever wisdom bonus you have to it.
Oh, you know what? The armor spell takes an entire round to cast. So you would finish at the end of the round.
Assuming she makes the saving throw.
I have a wisdom of 10, so I don't think that does anything.
No bonus, so just roll your saving throw versus spells. Zegra suddenly stops in the middle of casting his spell, and screams and runs this way as fast as he can. For 6 rounds.
So I just keep running and screaming?
Yes, you are suddenly terrified, absolutely horribly afraid of everything you see.
I won't be...
Human, right?
No, I'm a half-elf.
30% resistance to charm and fear and charm spells.
He just told me to roll against this. I didn't even think to factor it in.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is roll a percentile dice. If it's 30 or lower, you resist it. Hello? Hello?
I didn't quite catch you.
Down 30 or less on a D100. And that spell won't affect you.
Yeah. All you gotta do is roll a D100.
Nice.
So I'm not affected then.
Nope. Half elven and elven magic resistance for charm-related spells.
Yeah, no, I know that, but he just said just roll against spells, and I didn't know it was a charm. Oh, we lost Wes again.
And let's take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, he seems to be having technical problems.
I'm over here filling around the microphone, so you might get that to increase the volume on it. You actually need someone to set fire to that grease pit to get those other goblins out of the way.
Okay, I'm back.
Me too. I don't know why my computer keeps resetting. I think it overheated or something.
Yeah, well, because it was a fear spell, I had the half health thing, so I'm not actually affected. We did a reroll.
Yeah, magic resistance is charm of the spell. Fear spell is permanently dispelled. Cause fear. Lost my mic now.
Slightly better.
Oh, okay.
Brom's now online, it says. Or at least
I
when they
was-
spell.
I was looking up the spell. I was incorrect about the 2.4, so it would only be for 2 rounds. But it's an abjuration spell, not a charm spell. Reverse the reverse of remove.
Abjuration for mage school is a charm-based priest spell.
I don't think you should argue with the dungeon master. He could say that it's a summoning spell, and he's right because he's the dungeon master. Just saying.
Yeah, I've never seen elven resistance to be resistant to fear. I thought they were resistant to charm and sleep.
Well, if I'm feared, I'm feared. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, well, we're close to the 5 minutes. Is everybody back?
I'm back.
I think we're still missing a few people because, well, only Mark spoke.
Molly and I both here.
I can't remember his real name.
Gargamon?
You there?
He must still be awake.
That's alright. It's the line's turning.
Hey, do all 3 of those hit?
Who are you attacking?
The same goblin I was going after before.
He's dead.
Damn! I get the rake attack. So I rake his dead body viciously. It's so
I hear you want to roll that rake attack. Go ahead. Yeah, that definitely kills him. That rips him to shreds.
good. Maybe his buddies need a morale check.
Do the shaman bell break.
So now it's the paladin's turn. If he's back.
It doesn't seem to be yet.
And I'm still showing promise offline.
Oh, wait, no, our paladin rolled, so why can't we know?
I rolled for him.
Oh, okay.
Your turn, Milo. The attack
we
hit the whatchamacallit there. Hit the wyvern, knock the shit out of it.
I will be firing arrows again at the shaman.
Fire away. doggy. That knocked the shit out of him.
Did it kill him?
Not quite.
Here's the next one.
And you drop him with that one. Wild Mage.
I'm gonna take a stab at the ward now. I killed the lighter.
To do what to the ward?
Take a poke at it with your rapier. Wah, wah.
Well, his armor class is better than 11.
Yeah.
He attempts to make a maneuver and falls on his behind. Ward snaps at you and misses terribly. He is dead. That one attempts to stand again. Falls on his ass. That wyvern decides to come after the one that's killed its master.
Every time you tell me that he's falling on his ass, it just keeps thinking old Looney Tunes cartoon.
Oh, he hit you for 6 points of damage, Milo, but he missed with the tail.
Copy that.
Those three are still trapped in the cages. That puts it back to the lion's attack. Note that the other two are in the grease and fall in on their face and are unable to stand.
Then I will turn back into pixie form and taunt them.
Yeah, you particularly hate goblins. It still misses. Pally, have you returned? He's still in the chat. I just not hearing him talk.
It's not even lighting up.
Your turn again, Milo.
Ah, sorry, hold on. I will attack the wyvern that just attacked me. I'll use my sword though this time.
Damn it, the critical rolls.
Do I have to? What's your rule for critical rolls?
You did it right. You just rolled another damage roll.
I roll another damage roll.
Yeah, I thought you already rolled that. Oh, that was somebody else rolling. Go ahead and roll another die6.
All right.
But you put a hurting on it. Wild Mage.
No, I'll bring after Zagreus.
No, I'm still running.
Well, in the initiative order.
Huh, I wonder why it moved. Oh, it moved. You re-rolled initiative. Okay. So it would be that goblin.
So I
who's
just
on his
wanted to-
face.
I just wanted to kick the brazier over onto the grease belt.
Oh, I went ahead and rolled your attacks. You killed the wyvern that was attacked.
Oh,
He can't see you, but he can hear you, so he's going to take a shot at you, and that's very likely to hit the other goblin. In fact, he did. One of the goblins manages to stand up and throw a dagger and hit the other goblin with it.
No one said stuff.
Gotta love goblins, right? Zegris, you are free of your fear spell. So you'll be free to act next round. Wild Mage.
Okay, magic is left the war.
What spell is that?
Magic missile.
Fire away.
I'm still working on it. And the war takes 4 points damage.
It tries to return the favor, and even with your armor class, I think that would miss horribly. This idiot's been hit by his own friend, stands up, and decides to shoot an arrow back at the other goblin. And kills him.
Wow, goblin on goblin warfare.
No one said guns were smart.
So now there's one goblin left who's barely managed to stand up, but he's pretty much in the grease.
And we have 2 rounds left if that grease does dissipate.
2 rounds left on the grease, is that what you said?
Yep.
Ooh, give me a saving throw versus poison, Milo.
Uh-oh.
You only take 1 point of damage from the tail.
Versus poison, you said?
Correct. Excellent, no effect from the poison. That wyvern is dead, so Pally, it's your turn.
I just want to kick the brazier over.
Sparkle, you'll need to re-roll your initiative so you'll be in the initiative tracker. There you go.
Did you hear me?
What was that?
I want to kick the brazier over.
Go for it.
What do
roll
I
to hit
do?
an armor class of 10. If you hit an armor class of 10, we'll assume you hit it, knocked it over, and not burned yourself in the process.
Yay!
The grease goes up like a fireball and kills the remaining goblin and burns the other ones to a stinking cinder. The wyverns over here then go insane, biting and gnawing at their cages. This one managed to chew a hole and get his head stuck out of the cage. He'll probably break out in the next round.
What was that?
The warg, seeing the fire, smelling fire, burning, he's a wild animal, even though he is a trained wild animal. His master is dead. All of the other goblins are dead. He jumps clear off the passageway and begins to run away. You're welcome to take a parting shot if you wish.
I wish and I miss.
Your turn, Milo.
I will attack the wyvern.
It seems to be bothered by the fire, but not enough to run. What AC did you hit?
Hit AC3.
That'll hit
And
it.
it's size large, so 6 points of damage.
It's still classified as a medium creature. Wait.
2
How much?
points of damage.
It lets out a yell. Zagreus, you see a war come flying by you, running in fear.
Yeah, I'll shoot magic missile.
With the dead goblin bouncing around on it. Ooh, you knocked the shit out of that ward.
I don't very much like being mind controlled to run away, so, take the anger out.
I hate the fear spell. I hate having it cast on me. I hate that.
It's really annoying as any type of wizard or cleric because of the casting time.
Wild mage.
Okay. Everyone, watch out. Into channel magic missile.
What do you cast?
I'm attempting to channel magic missile. At the wyvern. Using Mayhall's reckless armor.
That one right there?
Yep.
And that's causes an automatic wild surge, right? Your spell appears to fail.
I'm so glad that I'm back here.
Sparkly.
No, that can't go in, man. Oh well.
All that
I'm-
sizzle, but no pop.
I'm shooting my bow at at the wyvern currently engaged with Milo, and I'm using one of the sleep darts.
That makes it save versus poison, correct?
Yes.
It falls to the ground in a deep slumber.
Yeah.
Cut thud.
I think that lasts for like 1 to 6 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just asleep for 5 hours. Or the warg now in the open hits full speed and sprints out of range of, unless you want to shoot a magic missile that's got a long enough range.
Oh, I didn't kill it?
No. That's a 4-hit dice monster. 3 plus 3, I think, something like that.
Am I able to shoot at it again?
If you have another magic missile ready.
Yeah.
You hit it just as it bounds off into the woods. You hear
I
it
shall
yelping all the way.
continue.
You hear it yelping all the way.
I
The
just sort of smile and, give a little shrug and continue up the hill to rejoin the other.
the big one is asleep. This one attempts to break out. He does not succeed this round. The other two are attempting to damage their cage. Neither one of them succeed in damage. So now y'all are effectively out of combat, although these three are trying to break loose, as they're terrified from the smell of the fire and the burning bodies.
Is the grease spell still burning?
I think it burns for 2 rounds. Is that correct?
Wes, you said that we're out of combat?
Well, you're not in direct melee at the moment, but the creatures are trying to free themselves, so time is somewhat of a factor.
Okay, so
Can I take...
I'm gonna go around here.
Can I-
I'm gonna stab this one with my sword.
Roll it to hit for me.
And can I check something in the meantime?
Sure.
You said that they had an altar. I have netherworld knowledge and spirology. Am I able to tell what their weird deity is?
It seems to be dedicated to some sort of deity of wyverns, but you were never aware of such a creature.
What does the altar look like? Does it have an effigy on it, or is it just, like a blood altar?
It's got effigies on it that are scrawled in half-assed goblin language. It's not what I would call high quality.
Did you link my
does it have a
Thaco
picture
to
of
my
its god?
token?
Oh, that'll definitely hit him.
No, it hits AC 3. Did you link
Yeah,
my
that
Thaco
definitely-
to my token? Did you link my Thaco to my token? Hello?
Mark?
Did you link?
No, I didn't. I didn't touch yours.
You rolled a 16.
Yeah, it hits AC 3, not -9.
Yeah, I didn't touch yours, Josh.
It looks like the rolling against his Thaco is off by 10 points. Instead of an 18, it says 8.
It should be 19.
If you hover over it, it says rolling 8 minus d20 plus, and then it has all the plus of that.
Yeah, it should say 8 minus 16. Or 19 minus 16. 19 is my Thaco, not 8.
Yeah, I had to go and change my back on my sheet.
Yeah, you put my Thaco as my green number on my token. In the green bubble.
That shouldn't affect the macro.
Well, I changed it to 8 because that is my movement rate. So, I mean, do you need your Thaco on your token? I don't get it.
Not really. I do it for the monster so I can remember it.
Okay, because you changed that on my token, so now it's all weird. I don't know what my movement rate is now.
Still using the box where the back was at, or wherever it says that box.
But it shouldn't have. What's on the token for the little radial button shouldn't affect the macro, correct?
Yeah, it does,
So what the
because you
box
linked
is set for.
you linked my Thaco to my token.
I usually use the third bar for hit points, first bar for AC, and use the blue bar for anything else.
Yeah. So my green bar right now is my Thaco. For some reason. I don't get it. Shouldn't that be my movement rate?
If that's what you want to use it for, that's fine.
Okay, so listen, when I change it to my movement rate, it makes my Thaco 8. Because you linked that part of my token to the Thaco
Yeah, when
on
you
my
guys
character
go
sheet.
in the token, next to the three
So you
bars,
have to-
see
you have to
drop-down
change it.
boxes?
To movement rate.
How about now?
Movement rate is base speed.
I don't know what your
BASCS.
speed is. You'll have
It's
to type it in because it's not pulling it from the sheet.
That's the name of the ability, is base speed. It's spelled like that. Base speed. So the green bar, on the drop down, you have to find base speed. And then you have to resave the token to my character sheet. Because it's changed. Do you know how to do that?
Keep working on it.
You open my sheet.
Yeah, I've already done it.
Yeah, but did you save it to the sheet after you did it?
Yes.
Okay. So if I drop
The green bar is showing something different now.
But that still shouldn't affect the macro because it doesn't affect anyone else's.
well, of course it does, because it changed my Thaco to 8. Because you had my token green bar linked to my Thaco. So when I entered my movement rate into my green bar, it changed my Thaco
It
to
was
what my
saying
movement rate
going
is.
up the exact again.
My movement rate is 8. So when I typed 8 into the green bar, it changed my Thaco to 8. Okay, it looks like it's fixed. Moving on.
Milo, your attack.
Do I get a coup de grace on the sleeping wyvern? Wyvernling?
No, because y'all are still technically in combat. You could roll versus an AC of 10.
I still have a miss.
Didn't see anything on my end. Did you show anything?
Sorry. I hit AC 13.
Artie Zagros. There's one that's got its little head popped out of the wicker cage. The other two are trying to get
I don't really care what they're doing. I'm still interested in, the shrine if I can find anything else around it. Like, that's more my thing.
Alrighty, Wild Mage.
So I don't find anything more?
Not beyond what we've described already.
Is there a way where I can safely unlatch those cleverlings without being bitten?
What'd you say?
Is there any way where I can release those without being bitten?
Release them?
Either that or wait for the grease fire to die down.
Grease spell will end on this your attack actually, because it would be pretty much burn out. I would.
Yep.
So you wanting to release the other two?
Actually, a last round because the fire would have consumed it.
Can you speak up a little bit, man? I just can't hear you at all.
The grease spell would have been terminated last round because the fire consumed it. If they're panicking because of the fire,
The smell of the burning bodies and all of that, yeah.
I'm just gonna not do anything. That spell took it out of me.
That spell took it out of you.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from the spell.
Alright, Sparkle.
I'm holding my action. I don't want to attack them while they're in the cages. I also don't want to let them.
Alright, Paladin.
Am I able to climb on top of these cages? Like, how tall are they?
About 8 foot tall. You can climb up on it.
Okay, what do I need to roll to climb up?
You could probably just climb on top of it.
Oh, without rolling? Okay. And I want to stab down into the cage at the monster inside.
Alright, I'll give you your standard +2 for elevation.
Okay. AC
definitely
0,
hits
3
it.
damage. And I did 3 damage to it last round as well.
Yeah, already took it off. It's bleeding profusely. Milo.
Hey,
I'll again
by shooting
attempt
fish
to
in a barrel.
attack I will again attempt to attack the wyvern next to me. In case you can't see that, I hit AC 5 and did 2 points of damage.
We could actually see it that time. Zagreus, are you going to make an attack?
No, I can't be bothered. I'm just gonna keep looking around for.
Its tail's still pinned in the cage, but its head is outside of the cage, so it's going to take a snap at you for stabbing the shit out of it. Oh, that will miss hard. Back to you, Sparkle.
I'm not doing anything. My arrows are too valuable, and that's the only thing I could do right now.
Any move, Wild Mage?
Just keeping an eye out for anything else that might come up to surprise us.
Wise usage. That one's still asleep. Let's see, these other two will try to break out. Neither one succeed. All right, Paladin, you should be able to finish it off.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see here. Long sword. +2. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get multiple attacks now.
Yep.
You want me to take it now or what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
Sir Milo.
Once again, attempt to attack the wyvern. Is it still sleeping?
Yes. It will be sleeping for the next 5 hours.
Can't you just execute it?
Not while in combat. Now we could go this way for several more rounds. Paladin, just go ahead and roll and see if you can hit the thing.
Okay.
It's only got 1 freaking hit point. There you go, you killed it.
I'm gonna move to the next one.
Those two are pretty much sitting ducks.
Good.
Since you're now effectively out of combat, you can just coup de grace them.
And I do. Coup de grace, coup de grace.
And the same applies to Milo. He can coup de grace the
I'll do so.
Yo, Milo, just like shooting fish in a barrel, huh?
We really got
Thank goodness. It's the only
must
one
have-
I get a good shot in.
You finally slayed the mighty Fang. That grease spell was an awesome choice because the first move the goblins were going to make were to go release the other 3 wyverlings. Zagreus, you do, while searching the altar, you do find a satchel behind you.
Oh,
I take
yeah,
the
about
satchel.
this time, one arcane bolt hits the corpse of the big wyvern.
You're searching the corpse of the big wyvern?
No, about this time, one arcane magical bolt hits the corpse of the wyvern.
Oh, your spell came in the future.
Yeah, a couple of rounds later, a bolt suddenly appears and hits it.
Okay? That's how that works. No,
So, Wes, I'm taking the satchel.
You gonna peek into the satchel?
Yeah?
In it are some gold pieces and 2 rubies.
Is it a salmon satchel?
And there's also 2 scrolls in there. Is it a what satchel?
A salmon satchel? You know, not pink, but salmon.
I'm gonna take out the scrolls and I'll gesture for the wild mage to come over and take a look at them with me.
There are 2 scrolls of protection from poison, and they're clearly labeled as such in a scribbly copy.
I hand one off to him and I keep one for myself.
another thing I
I didn't think anybody could use scrolls. I thought it was only magic users.
These are scrolls of protection. Anybody can use them just simply by reading the words off of it. It will protect the individual reader only, but for the duration of one turn, all poison is you're protected from all poison.
Well, normally I would give them to a cleric to hold on to, but the cleric isn't. So, who wants a protection from poison spell? Paladin, you have the magical charm that we got, so I don't think you need it currently.
Nah,
So,
I don't need
anybody...
it. Plus, I think it would be forbidden to me to have duplicated magical effects.
Because I like to hold on to one since I have alchemy and it helps with handling of poisons to make stuff. I mean, I did make the antidote last time.
Oh wait, no, wrong game. Yeah, wrong game, not this game.
So, there's one scroll of protection from poison up for grabs. Does anybody want...
I don't need it. I'm already well protected from poisons.
We'll just hang on to it until I need it.
Okay, do you want to carry one on your personage then, Mark?
Yeah, I'll toss it in my experience bag.
I then hand the satchel to the rest of the party, which shows that there's, you know, some gold pieces and some root. Because I don't really care about those.
There's a total of, if you count them, there's a total of 500 gold pieces and 2 rubies that look like they're fairly worth something. Anybody got appraisal?
Sparkle, you got appraisal?
No.
I propose we rest here if anyone would like to. Personally, I can heal myself with 6 hit points if we rest for 15 minutes.
Okay, I will already also realizing I do have some knowledge of religion.
I already checked. They're worshipping some sort of wyvern deity, and I think they made it up.
Mark and Zagreus, what are y'all's intelligence?
Mine's a 21.
I'm thinking.
Y'all recognize some of the symbols that don't make any sense on the altar? You think you remember seeing some of those symbols on the paperwork that y'all had found in the original tomb y'all explored where y'all fought the ghouls and stuff? And some of the paperwork that y'all had seen in there? You think some of the symbols are similar?
I wouldn't recognize if I wasn't there for that.
So I would recognize that then. Okay, I'll gesture to the party to come over so I can relay this information to them that a couple of these symbols are very reminiscent of the symbols that we saw back in the tomb where the ghouls were in that room with all the books before the books went up in smoke. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a cult?
I would imagine you found it exploring ancient library.
Anybody else doing anything else?
Well, if we're hanging around long enough, I'm going to use my self-heal ability.
if we hang out for a while, I'm gonna look around for some good sticks to make into new arrows.
And I would go herb hunting.
You find a couple of sticks you think you can use.
You want me to roll a proficiency check?
Yes.
That makes it no matter what the proficiency is based on, right?
Yep. She can make you a couple of sharp, pointy arrows.
Sweet.
You want me to roll something to check for herbs?
There's nothing growing in this area other than a sparsely, poorly, like thistle bushes and that kind of stuff. You're not going to find any usable herbs in this area.
So there's no roots or tubers or anything like that?
Nah, there's barely even any grass.
Okay.
While you're wandering around there, how do you say that character's name?
Calistian.
The wild mage wandering around notices that the goblin corpse over there has a fairly nice stick. One might even call it a staff.
Ew.
Okay,
Well, there are 2 wizards in this group.
so we can find out.
What's that, Mark?
So we can find out what it is. Want to hang on to it?
You gonna detect magic on it, or
I'll use detect magic. I'll use detect magic.
it radiates magic, as well as something in the pouch of the wizard is also radiating magic.
I'm gonna open up the wizard's pouch to find out what that is.
You see 2 potions in there.
What color?
Purple.
How do you do? Well, I'm an alchemist. Am I able to safely test?
Roll your alchemy skill. Just give me 1 roll on it.
And that should be intelligence, and my intelligence is 21.
You realize they're elixirs, but you're not exactly sure what kind of elixirs they are. You're pretty certain they have a positive effect, though.
Yeah, so okay, they're not gonna murder us. Okay, I close the bottles and I turn to the wild mage. She goes, "These are 2 elixirs of something purple. Not quite sure what, but something purple. But they're positive purple, not bad purple."
I'm spelled out for the day, so. Okay, so
Can't hear you, Talisian.
spell unless I have to.
Can't hear you, Talisian.
I'm spelled out for the day, and because I really don't like using that spell unless I have to. That took a lot out of me.
Well, I'm not too sure if these positive purples would help you regain your stamina.
I need to get some rest. As
That's
I'm
fine.
Sure, so would you.
Yeah, I've got to get rest too.
So y'all choosing to rest here?
It would probably be best for us wizards.
What's the weather like, Wesley?
Warm, like a typical summer night, muggy. It's a little cooler than in the valley because you're about half a mile, about 500-600 feet up above the valley. It's a lot more humid in the valley, but it's a little cooler up here, but still a warm summer night.
In the open? In the open?
The night passes uneventfully.
So we were able to regain spells and hit points?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Before we camped, I touched myself.
I touch myself. So put yourself back to whatever max. I think your max hit point. That should easily bring you back to max hit points, I think.
Not quite.
We'll say the cleric and the fighter had wandered off somewhere, and upon returning, the cleric can issue out some Cure Light Wound spells. So Milo adds 7 to yours and 5 to the paladin. I think they're the only two that got.
No, I had gotten hurt, but you said that I recovered hit.
How kind of you, fair cleric. I thank it thee for thine faith in me.
Yeah, well done on the healing, Jack.
Zagreus, if you haven't, I would suggest casting the armor spell that you need from me.
Oh, that's
somewhere
right.
around-
It lasts a long time, doesn't it?
Somewhere around early in the morning, as y'all are getting ready to prepare spells and so forth, Zion's character would see it, but nobody else would. However, y'all would hear it. You hear this. It's very loud and it makes your skin crawl. But you see nothing.
I cast
I'm
armor on
like-
myself.
I'm doing danger sense.
You sense danger. Something really awful just happened, but you don't know what.
I am invisible and flying up high to see if I can see anything.
So what does she see, Wes?
Nothing.
Alrighty
Oh,
then.
Zane's character's literally shaking in his boots and looks like he's peed himself.
A hound of ill omen has just been summoned.
You've probably heard of it, but you've probably never actually seen one. Because you only see it if you've offended your deity.
Wait, who offended their deity?
Apparently,
Well, you know,
Zion.
we didn't see it, so it wasn't you.
Apparently Zion did.
Well, the spell does only last 8 hours. The armor spell, it lasts for a total of 8 hours per casting.
Okay.
It's the first edition one that lasts until dispelled. but they actually put a time limit on second edition.
Well, either way, I cast it before, like, first thing in the day.
I usually let it operate for 12 hours. Unless it's dispelled, by damage or whatever. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's, a first level spell. I'm not going to dick over a first level spell the whole. So, what are y'all planning the next morning?
Getting ready and leaving.
Or, wait a minute. Is it that the wyvern cave of some sorts?
Coming in really quiet, please, Ian.
Didn't they say that the wyverns were coming from a cave of some sort?
Yeah, in a waterfall or something.
As you look around, you do see a passageway that leads further up the mountain.
I guess onwards and upwards.
Let's keep going. We're not done yet.
Very good. The party just earned an extra 500 experience points.
A piece?
Yep.
For what? What do we do?
The module is set so that's why I asked what y'all are doing. Y'all specifically started looking for a location that the wyverns came from. The module kind of leads you to believe that you killed the evil shaman, you killed the bigger wyvern, you return to town and find out that the wyverns haven't stopped attacking, and you end up having to come.
Oh, okay. We were smarter than the mod.
Yep.
It shows we were actually paying attention.
You travel for the better part of the day, the tiny valley closing in again into a narrow defile that continues into the mountains. After a short distance, a landslide blocks the way, the stream rising out of the shattered rocks in a roaring cascade. The trail goes no further. The avalanche is recent, for the stones are still sharp and newly broken. Far up on the hill at the top of rocks is a great cavern torn into the side of the mountain. Halfway up the slope, something red gleams in the late afternoon sun. As you watch, the sun strikes the large reddish gem and it starts to glimmer. Slowly mist forms around the gem, forming into the shape of a liverling.
I guess he took magic.
I don't even think you need to use detect magic. I think we can just all tap. Smell that.
Yeah.
Do you have dispel magic?
Not yet.
Me either.
There lies the gem, and there's the liverling beginning to form and out of the mist rather.
I don't see anything on the map. Oh, now I do. It was just way at the top, and you guys were at the...
So, roll initiative?
It's not solidified yet. It's still in like a misty ghost form, and it's not moving.
Alright, then I want to start flying that direction, and my plan is to get to the gym and cast Dispel Magic.
The form disappears and it screams as it does so, and it disappears. As the light strikes it, the mist begins to form again.
We should probably get it out of the sunlight.
I cast Dispel Magic as an 8th level mage.
Yes, but it's not capable of dispelling an artifact. You did dispel the one that had summoned, and it's beginning to start the process of summoning another one. It'll take a full turn to achieve.
Anyone got darkness?
Next person.
Someone run up there and snatch it.
If she rolls high enough on her dispel magic roll, she could temporarily stop it from using powers. Because artifacts count as level 20.
Go ahead, roll it then.
So she'd
I
have
think it'll
to
have to require a natural 20.
a natural 20, yeah. Because the magic number for or it's 20
No.
minus her caster level.
Well, it stops for about one turn.
How large is the gem?
Oh, double fist size, maybe a little larger.
And does it appear that there's anything holding it in place? Like, does it appear that I can pick it up if I wanted to?
Yeah, you can pick it up. It's just laying in the rocks.
Yeah, it is 20. Yeah, natural 20. Because it's 11 plus the difference between the two levels, which is
In fact, it kind of,
Getting up there.
in fact, it kind of looks like the recent avalanche may have exposed the gem to sunlight. It may have been buried at some point. Is what it kind of looks.
If I can, I'm going to sprint up and jump across the rocks there toward the gem, grab it, and then return with the gem.
That's fine.
I'm going to tuck it under my tunic to keep it out of the sunlight.
Once you block it from the sunlight, its magical effects, the glow from the gem stops.
Does it make me feel funny in any way?
Not at all.
Hey guys, look what I have.
what does it do?
I'm not too sure.
What it
Anyone
is?
want to take a look?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
We're gonna try to sense evil intent on the stone.
The moment you look at the gem, you are almost completely blinded by it.
Wes, can I use Netherworld knowledge to gain insight on what this is?
Roll it. -4 application.
And that's against my intelligence.
You think you've heard of a gem of various gems that can create living things, but you're not exactly sure what this one is.
No, Netherworld knowledge literally lets my deity tell me things.
This is an ancient artifact. It is highly evil. This is what the patriarch sent you up here to find and deal with.
So is that what I was told or what Mark was told?
Either one of you, it doesn't matter.
Can't say.
Okay.
You know, it's to get the same answer.
Yeah, it looks very.
And when we came up here, there was a red mist where Waverly was transformed.
I gathered that it's some sort of really bad artifact. So are you thinking what I'm thinking?
You really destroy it if we can, or seal it up somewhere.
Yo,
Yeah, because it's just gonna make a shit ton more wyverlings.
yo, Sparkle.
Yeah?
Yo, you mind if I put this gem in my backpack in your bag of holding?
But then that means you have to take my bag.
Why?
I'll carry a paladin.
Well, because you said you wanted to put it in my bag in your backpack.
Yeah. But no, the other way around. In my backpack, in your bag of holding, where my backpack is right now. Remember?
Oh,
You-
yeah.
You have
I
my
forgot.
backpack in your
So
bag.
light, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Gladly.
Okay. I'm gonna touch it now. Here we go. And I try to pick it up.
You're able to pick it up without any ill effect.
Okay. Open up the backpack. Throw.
I open up the backpack for you.
All right. Now throw it in. Okay. Now put it in the bag of holding.
I drop it in the bag of hold.
This thing gives me the creeps.
That
You guys-
effectively neutralizes its ability to create wyverling since it's in an extra dimensional space, no longer exposed to the sunlight. However, upon doing this, it removes it from this plane of existence, and that seems to have gotten something's attention. You hear this god-awful roar from up above the mountain.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do it. Well, no, wait, I did. I was a damn it, paladin.
Back to invisible.
No, you should have just let me hold it.
Yo, this thing's too creepy.
Always let the hobbit carry the evil thing.
As long as it was all the sunlight, we would be fine. Eesh. Oh boy.
I was ready to break it.
Y'all have one round of actions. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll, and y'all can determine what y'all are going to do.
Run away!
I'll have an arrow notch.
Check. They say in the entertainment business, exit stage left.
My armor's still on, correct, Wes?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So you say we're allowed to do one free action before whatever?
Yep. You get one full round of preparing whatever you want to prepare.
Arrow notched so that I can get off my free shot before initiative if I get sight on him.
Okay, Wes, can you put me on the turn track or I rolled a 4 for my natural initiative?
What's that, Mark?
And the turn. Can you put me on the turn tracker? I rolled a 4 for my natural initiative.
You're not. What about the turn tracker?
Can you put me on the turn tracker?
He wants you to add him to the turn order tracker. It's the command for it is Control U. It's a keyboard
And I
command.
rolled a 4.
You're in there now.
And he rolled a 4 for
Got it.
initiative.
All right. Well, that means you go first. What action are you going to take?
Well, after hearing that roar, and knowing what I know about that gem, let's get out of here. I think it's time to get out of here. I'm not dealing with no extraplanar entity right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So, later, potatoes.
Yeah, I start to take a quick jog back down the way we came.
I draw my sword, and I make sure that my compatriots move out ahead of me.
Now's not time for a heroic death.
Nonsense. I refuse to flee while my compatriots are still here. I'll stand with you, Paladin.
All right, once Goodleaf, once everyone else has fled, then we can make our withdrawal.
I have to be last.
We'll both be last.
And I just keep my sword to see what comes over the mountaintop.
Tell me what you see.
So, the two of you are, so everybody else is fleeing except for the Paladin and the,
No.
Guardian.
No.
You fly up to see what's in the air there?
Oh no, I'm just in fly form, just waiting to see what's happening.
Ooh.
And the largest wyvern you have ever seen suddenly flies into view from a cave high up on the corner of the mountain. And yes, it has two heads.
And it is a weird ass color. That's not no normal wyvern.
Sparkle!
It looks exactly the same color as the gem.
Sparkle! You gotta destroy the gem! Take it up high into the sky and drop that motherfucker!
Yeah, but it's in a bag
It got a terrible initiative roll, so y'all will get first attack. And this is the typical wyvern you would expect of a full-grown wyvern. This thing's 40 foot long.
Am I able to? I guess it's probably not close enough to get the point blank pre-shot, right?
It wouldn't be point blank, but you can still take your shot.
A shot before initiative?
Yes.
Where did the token for it go?
Yeah, it just disappeared.
Why the hell did it? God damn it.
Is it on the gem layer or the map layer? Well, it won't be on the map layer, we would see it.
Unless it was to back.
True.
If you hit Control Z, you'll undo the last thing you did. You can just keep hitting it until it reappears. There you go, it's right here.
Nah, Drew got a new one.
Oh god, it's distorted. Ah!
That thing just keeps getting bigger, eating its vegetables.
Thankfully, I have all of its numbers memorized, so it's not that big a deal to replace it. Ouch! right, Wild Mage. You're pretty certain that running from this thing, unless you can find a hole to climb in, is probably not going to be very successful at its flight speed.
And I guess the same thing too, I guess, since we were both running away. Where?
How fast is that route? How fast is the water flowing?
You can cross the water if you want to. It'll be about chest high on a human.
How fast is it flowing?
Do it now.
He says, how fast is it going? How fast is
What,
the
the
river?
wyvern?
The water.
No, the
the water in the river. How fast is the water flowing?
Shit, I don't know. I guess 20 or 30 miles an hour? I don't. It says it is kind of like foaming and spurting and making a loud noise, kind of like rapids, I guess.
This may hurt a lot. So will that thing.
But further back up here, there's plenty of rocks that you could cross it if you wanted to.
I'm trying to get away from that thing. Frozen by
Oh, I see what
frozen
you
by
mean.
indecision. Go ahead, Wes. Go ahead. I'm frozen from indecision.
So what was your decision?
He says
I'm
he's frozen
frozen
from
from indecision.
indecision and you need to skip him.
Okay. Milo, you kind of fumbled with your bow there. You're in the position to take another shot if you like.
No, I will cast Defy Poison on myself in preparation for this battle.
Excellent choice. Zagreus?
I'm guessing I would know that it's fruitless to run away as well.
Absolutely. If this thing wants you, it's going to track you down.
Yeah, I guess I'll use the scroll of protection from poison on myself,
Wise choice.
which gives me armor and my protection from poison. That's the two things I have stacked.
Sparkly.
Sparkle! You gotta break it! You gotta break it, Sparkle!
It's an artifact. You can't just break it by dropping it. It's not going to work that way.
You don't know that till you try it.
I actually know that for a solid fact. I'm not sure if my character does, but I have a different action. I am going to turn back to pixie form, still invisible, of course, and move. God damn it. Actually, I'm not going to move. I'm going to shoot my bow, and it has an amnesia dart in it.
Which head are you aiming for?
The left one.
Fire away.
You can't see it? God damn it.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
It just took a second to pop up. That would be a hit.
And there's the second one.
At the same head.
No. Amnesia.
Well,
The head's like, and that was supposed to do what? And the other head's like, what's going on?
it's gonna be be flying sideways now.
Paladin, your attack.
My next action is going to be to throw Milo into the river.
No!
Get out of here, Milo! Get out of here! Sploosh!
You guys are retreating now.
I'm not.
Y'all can make a contest of strength if you want.
Yes, I will absolutely challenge the paladin. What do you need me to do, DM?
I'm guessing roll die 20s each of you. Does that make your strength check, Paladin?
No, my strength is 14.
You're unable to pick up the Milo as he's resisting you.
Aha!
All those second dinners have weighed you down. Good job.
What about second breakfast?
The amnesia arrow seems to have confused the creature. It flies in a circle and then advances towards the party, but does not attack. Wild Mage, do you have an action?
Yes, let me see what's going on. Magic missile.
Fire away.
Okay, first level me.
Your arrows strike home.
Points of damage. It takes 4 points of damage.
I marked it. Milo, your turn.
I throw Zalmund into the river. No, that's only a joke. I don't really do that. I fire 2 arrows at the head that's not sleeping.
Well, she hit it with amnesia.
Okay, sorry. The head that's not confused.
The head that doesn't have an arrow sticking out of it.
She hit both. It's the left head that's not confused.
And you wouldn't be able to see the tiny arrow, I don't think.
That will be a miss. Bounces off its armor.
My second attack hit AC 5, if you can't see it.
Both those bounce off the armor. Zagreus, what you got?
I'm gonna summon an undead raven. Because if I learn anything, birds are scary.
Sparkle.
That one is in sleep dark. at the not confused head.
Is that gonna throw him off balance so he can't fly anymore? The droopy head hanging down.
Oh, I see him crash into the river.
Roll your damage, please.
I did with the macro. I did 3 damage and put him to sleep.
It seems to shake the effect off.
Ah. Oh, with magic resistance. It's got magic resistance!
It's not natural.
No, it's matching the color of the gem. Seriously, this thing was an interior design.
Paladin.
Its life force is probably linked to the gem. You gotta destroy the gem!
Actually, it's more likely that it came out of the gem and was just let to live. And this is what it happened.
That's a terrible idea. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. How high up is the wyvern?
Around 40, 50 feet.
Can I throw a rock at it?
Sure.
Okay. What range?
What size rock are you picking up?
The kind that fits in my hand.
That would probably be medium range then.
Okay. I think they do D2, D3 damage. Or wait.
It'd do like D3 or D4 damage.
I think it's D3, D2 to large creatures.
Yep, it's definitely large.
Yeah. 2 damage if it hits.
You actually managed to hit it.
Yeah, take that, you fucking
Gecko.
Quick! Drop the crystal! Drop the crystal!
Still in the bag.
So I have a total of 6 targets. I will start from the top to the left, starting with Sparkle at number 1. And the poor Undead Raven will be number 6.
Yeah, rock is D3, D2, and its range categories are 2, 4, 6.
I think it's decided it likes you, Paladin. It takes a snap at you. Ouch.
Hurry up and drop the crystal! Ah!
Well, this is
Ooh, you dodged a bullet on that. You take 3 points of damage. Its tail has a 50% chance to hit the target that its head just hit or another target. It's picking a different target. That will be you, Milo. So here comes the tail. Ouch. 6 points of damage from the stab, and that is a save versus poison or die.
Oh.
With the Defy Poison spell, I get a second save if my first one fails, made it +4.
Ooh.
That is a 10-4. And you made it. Wild Mage.
Okay, well, since it's going up for melee, 3 darts at it. It's melee. Since it's close enough for melee, I'm gonna throw 3 darts at it now.
It's close enough for melee now, yeah. As big as it is, there's some part of it you could hit. But not with that number. Milo, it just tried to stab you and kill you.
I'll return the favor with my short sword.
That's my 3rd dart attack.
Oh, those are your dart attacks. I'm sorry, I thought you just rolled one. The first 2 missed. The second one is obviously a hit. To roll you another die 2.
So it takes a total of 3 points of damage.
Every bit helps. That's going to be a miss, Sir Milo.
Roger that.
Zagreus.
Okay, my crow is going to go claw, claw, peck, and I'm going to magic missile. Did my raven hit?
One time. Ooh, your spell just does get penetrate. Sparkly.
I'm gonna hold action.
Mighty Paladin.
I'm gonna throw another rock. Yeah, now I got a
You
macro
can attack it
thing.
with your sword. It's in melee range. It just snapped at you.
Oh, you said it landed?
It's not on the ground, but it's in melee range because it's attacking you.
Okay. Well, in that case, I need another attack on the turn order. Thank you, sir.
Milo, you specialize with that weapon of yours?
Not with my short sword, but I am going to return to the bow. So yeah, I am going to start to use 2 attacks per round.
Since in this combat it will be important, we'll do those at the end of the round.
Copy.
What's your AC, Paladin? I believe it's a 0, correct?
0, yeah.
It just misses you. The other head seems to come out of the fog that it's in and takes a snap at Sparkle, but misses horrible. It's going to strike with the tail at her. But your armor class is effectively a -3, correct?
Yes.
It misses with its tail. Wild Mage.
Could I take my held action before he goes?
If you wish.
I want to begin casting confusion.
Ooh,
All right.
that's a good ass spell.
Oh, I forgot there was an aerial target up there with it. It attempts to wing buff at the crow, but since it's so tiny, it misses.
So is
Oh
it just
shit! What are you trying to do with that?
Magic missile.
is it just hovering?
Oh shit!
200%. Yes.
So what is that?
Oh,
He just rolled the best roll possible on his table.
Yep.
Roll your magic missile damage. You want to roll really good on it.
But isn't there still the spell penetration problem?
Yes, I gotta roll that. But I'll have to roll it every turn. Or every round. The arrows will continue to hit it for the next full turn.
My casting time is 9 segments, by the way.
What was that, Mark?
At double effectiveness. This is a 100, so it's actually one. The spell is double effective.
So what, it does 10 points of damage then?
It actually, the spell has a minimum duration of 1 turn. So every round, the arrows will reappear and fire without him having to do anything. It will just keep firing over and over and over. That will add up very quickly.
Yeah, Wes, that's for the roll of 99, but because I did delivery, I added my level. That 99 becomes a 100.
Yeah.
Which means spell effectiveness, range, duration, area of effect, damage, etc. increases 200%.
Oh, so you want it to do just do the double damage?
That's what it actually does.
Yeah, because I couldn't see how that made an infinitely spawning missile.
That's what the 100 on the table is. If the 100 on the table causes it to, the spell to last for 1 turn, like a fireball would create a ball of flame that exists for 1 turn. Anything in the area of effect would continue to take damage every round.
Okay, I'll go that way then.
But you get to pick whether you want the 99 or the 100 because you cast the spell. You got level 2, so you get +2 to your level 1, but you still get +1 to it. So you can pick either effect, right?
Actually, I add my level to the roll. The roll is a 99. Add 1 to that, it becomes a 100.
Correct.
We'll keep it at the 99.
All right, I took off the additional damage. Milo, your attack.
I'll fire my first arrow. There we go.
That one didn't appear this time, so what AC did you hit?
Oh, I hit AC -4, and damage versus large was 10 hit points.
Woo, that was some nice hit.
19 to hit, and then 8 on the D8 one.
All right, Zagreus.
Okay, my crow claw Claw Peck. And then Magic Missile for myself.
Roll your magic missile. The crow misses all 3 times. One of the heads goes inoperative.
Is it flying lopsided now?
No, one head's capable of controlling the creature. One of the heads just drops to the ground like it's dead. And this would be when your confusion goes off, right, Sparkle?
I'm not exactly sure how you handle segments, whether there's 10 segments or there's however many rolls are made, number of segments.
We'll say it goes off now. That's good enough. Because I think that was 9. Yeah, because you started at the beginning of the round, so 9 would be the right one.
Okay, so I need to roll a D100, and it affects it in 4 different ways depending upon what I roll. 35 means it stands confused for 1 round.
It shakes off the effect of the spell instantly.
God damn it.
Roll a fucking 6. Paladin, see if you can take it down.
Hell yeah. So it's just hovering there?
Well, you know, it's a full minute round, so it's flying past you, you know, biting at you, stabbing at people, that kind of thing.
AC 1 for 6 damage.
It is bleeding profusely. It seems to be having trouble flying at this point.
Yeah, once they get past half hit points, they can no longer fly, they can only glide. And then once they get below a quarter, they fall to the ground. Can't even flap their wings. I run into flight rules a lot in my campaign. I have many flying player characters and monsters and stuff.
But it seems determined to continue to fight.
Oh yeah, 8 on a morale check, that's pretty good.
It hits you again with the tail, Milo. Give me another save versus poison, please. You suffer 2 points of damage from the stab. Nice roll. Your second attack, Milo. And yours too, Paladin.
Come on.
Did that hit?
Don't say anything.
I hit AC 3, doing 5 points of damage.
That's a miss.
I hit AC 4, doing 4 points of damage.
That will also be a miss. Wild Mage.
Well, MR, please.
What's that you doing?
Roll the MR.
He said roll magic resistance. And just so you know, you got to roll it for each individual missile. So if there's more than one missile, it's 2 roll, you know.
Oh, and I forgot its wing buffet attack against the Raven. Still misses. I rolled the same thing it rolled last time.
So
So how much damage did you do?
It's going to take 7.
It hasn't moved in like 2 rounds. Is it pretty safe to say that it landed?
It is dead.
Whoa.
The creature crashes to the ground, bleeding profusely, and then it begins to dissolve right before your eyes.
So it was a construct of the gem, like I thought.
Or it was not of this plane.
Can I check in the bag to see if the gem is still there, Wes?
It's
I
still
think
there.
you had to ask me.
That's up to Sparkle.
Oh, sorry, Sparkle. Sparkle, may I check in the bag to see if the gem is still there or if it's turned to dust too?
I'll check in the bag, in the hole, at the bottom of the sea.
The gem's still there.
Does it look any different, Sparkle?
I don't know. Does it, Dungeon Master?
Negative. This is the first wyvern it created.
That's what I thought. It was the original construct that just got big.
Yep, if you notice, the one the priest was riding on had red on its wingtips and its face. Given time, it would have gotten as big as this one.
Oh my.
That thing does not see the light of day.
Yeah, no, it's gonna stay in the bag forever until I can find someone that's capable of destroying it. It's very, very difficult to destroy an artifact.
How far away might its nest be? Do we see anything from our vantage that looks like the...
Oh yeah, you saw the cave up ahead that it came out of.
Alright. Before we advance there, I'd like to cut open its belly and see if it's eaten anything valuable.
He said that it dissolved into nothing.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, it was a magical construct of the gem.
Well, not nothing, it's just giblets left, but there's nothing inside of it of any value.
Is the cave ahead of us flat, or do we have to climb up? It's kind of hard to tell from the map.
There'll be some climbing involved, but not too terribly bad. There's a little pathway once you climb past got to cross the river and get to here, and then a little bit of climbing to reach the pathway that would lead to its nest. Strangely, there is a pathway that leads to it. Like a footpath.
Do you guys want to go investigate to see if it hoarded anything?
Hell yeah.
Who's taking the point?
I will.
I'm sure this thing's got something scrounged up.
Guess we
I'm
didn't
assuming
have
y'all are going to use the rocks to cross the water with?
to... Yeah.
It takes y'all about 30 minutes to an hour to get across the river and get up to the pathway here. If y'all put yourselves there along the path.
Wes, for some reason I'm having a hell of a time dragging and dropping. Can you please put me with the rest of the party?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm going to refresh roll 20 and see if that fixes it.
This is the biggest treasure I've ever seen in my life. And there's eggs. And swords. Ooh, swords.
Can we investigate the egg?
Yes, this cave looked like it was a repository of some type many, many years ago. There are several large chests which have split from their sides due to exposure to the elements, spilling gems and gold across the floor, the stone floor. In addition, hanging along the back wall is a number of weapons.
Can you describe the weapons?
I see there'll be a long sword.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey, you joined just in time to get treasure.
But I didn't do anything.
You see the giant thing they just killed?
I do not. I literally just got home from school, so.
They killed a two-headed wyvern with a poison tail.
Did anybody die?
No, they did not.
That's good.
Luckily, Sparkle was able to cast some spells and use her magic arrows on it. We owe it all to
Yeah.
Sparkle.
I think
Yes.
To Sparkle! Hip hip huzzah! Hip hip huzzah! Hip
Yes,
hip
that confusion
huzzah!
of the amnesia arrows bought y'all an entire round of it not attacking,
3
which
cheers
probably
to
saved the
Sparkle!
character's life.
Sparkle is loving all this attention. She's like a 6-year-old. So you guys are making her the center of attention. It's the best day of her life.
Are y'all planning on gathering up the gold?
Wes, are these eggs here?
Eventually.
Yes, there are eggs there.
Can I investigate what they are?
You can have your giant wyvern scrambled egg if you want.
Ooh, wyvern eggs might be worth something on the black market.
I would like to know about the weapons. I think you mentioned a long sword. What were the others?
Somebody said they cast Dispel Magic. All of the weapons glow magical.
I
You mean
cast
detect magic?
I will abstain from loot since I was not there.
Can you tell us what the weapons are? I know one is a long sword.
I'm looking now. One is a short sword. One is a dagger. One is a mace.
I would like the dagger if nobody wants it. I mean, I would really like to have it.
I'm sad because.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was me.
Jerahawk got the last one. So it's only fair.
Yeah, so Wes, I'd like to claim the dagger, please.
Absolutely.
Could I get the long sword? My entire combat routine is based around the long sword.
If no one is interested in the short sword, I will claim it.
So that leaves the mace up for grabs for someone that.
I believe there's someone in our group that uses that.
These are all
Yeah.
considered +1 magical weapons. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you because you'll eventually take it back to the patriarch and he'll identify it. In total, there are 7,000 silver pieces, 6,000 silver pieces, 7,000 gold pieces, and 5 large rubies, bigger than the 2 you found before.
Wow.
Can you repeat the values of the coins?
6,000 silver pieces and 7,000 gold pieces, and 5 rubies larger than the 2 you've already found.
Man, full plate mail, here I come.
Do we agree to bring the rubies back to town and split up the total monetary value of the treasure evenly between all of the characters who were here?
That works for me.
Yeah, sure.
Wes, may I take those wyvern eggs and preserve
Whoa.
them as a spell
No.
component?
I think
Oh,
it
I
might.
already took one.
I think it might
Oh,
be.
sorry, I didn't see that.
I think it might be more fair to split up the monetary value of the treasure amongst the characters who are there at the time that we sell it.
I think that is unfair because tonight was an incredibly short session with half of us showing up, the other half were not here, so I don't think it's fair to make us give up our treasure that we fought a two-headed wyvern for. Especially the person who did quite a considerable amount considering she's tiny.
Okay.
Well, I do think at the very least,
representation treasure, so.
I do think at the very least we could set aside the mace for the absent character who could most proficient.
Yeah, I'm all for that, putting aside the mace.
You do have a cleric who just joined who can use it.
Yeah, give it to
Well,
cleric.
that's what we mean.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, but you know she said she was not going to take anything.
I think I believe it benefits all of us if the cleric takes that mace. I insist.
As do I.
Well, I guess I'm in the mace then. Sad.
Is it a footman's mace or a horseman's mace?
Well, in that case,
Footman's.
Nice.
Zagreus is a mine.
That's the big mace. The one you can't throw.
Wait, what do you want me to do, Mark?
Find out in the step that we found in the shaman.
Well, we still don't know what that is.
That's fine.
The 2 potions.
No, the
Staff.
shaman's staff. Because, I mean, we're both wizards.
The cleric, now that she's here, immediately recognizes it as a staff of curing.
Oh, it's a clerical staff.
However, all of the charges have been expended from it, so it'll have to be recharged.
Yeah, well, there's no point for 2 wizards to fight over a clerical staff.
Not necessarily. It might be of benefit for us to have another person who can heal in case I
That's
think
not
about
how it works.
It's a clerical item.
Yeah, you'd have to use it.
It is still a benefit to the party to give the cleric additional healing ability.
Yes. Otherwise, I just hang my head and hand it back to her. You can just
Yep.
see a tear going down his eyes.
Sorry, mate. We can't squabble over this one.
I'm just holding this staff in a mace, looking confused. I didn't do anything.
Are we headed back to town from here? Or are we continuing further?
No, I think we killed the big evil thing, and the big evil thing is that gem, and I think that's what they want us to bring back, is the big scary...
Yeah, I think we agreed not to let that thing see the daylight again.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if we should divulge what we found with the folks back in town.
No, I mean that priest that sent us out, the original
Right,
guy.
oh, that's
from
true,
the other-
yeah. Okay, no, I trust him, I agree. Would there be a place to get a fair price for the rubies back in town, Wes?
Back where the patriarch is, yeah.
Leda Haven, yeah.
But Wyvern Falls, no. There ain't nobody there that has anywhere near enough money to buy a gem that big.
Okay.
So should we load up what we can on coin, or just take the gems and get the pressure those out?
Well, is there anyone here who's with the appraisal proficiency? Is there anyone with the ability to appraise gems?
I do not.
Nor do I.
Unfortunately,
Oh, wow. The staff of curing can cure disease, blindness, wounds, or insanity.
Yes, it is a very handy staff.
that was the next thing on my list of studies before I...
3d6 plus 3 hit points when it cures wounds.
What do I have to do to recharge it?
Once again, the patriarch, being a high-level cleric, can probably help you with that.
All right, so then I suppose it is back to the patriarch we head, correct?
Yeah, sounds like the plan.
We will stop in Wyvern Falls and let them know of our success. Perhaps celebrate with them for a day.
Maybe leave them some treasure.
I'm going going to donate my regular mace to some small child who has nothing.
You return to
Well done,
Wyvern. You return to Wyvern Falls with word of your exploits. The news quickly spreads that you have dealt with the menace to the community, and the celebration is quickly planned for your benefit. That evening, most of the community is gathered at Meeting Hall, some people riding from far up the Vale to see the heroes who have rid the area of the Wyverling menace. A huge side of beef is roasting on a spit over the fire, and you are plied with local delicacies while the young people ask you to tell the story of defeating the Wyverlings and their Wyvern evil creature again. Even old John seems impressed with your accomplishments. I guess I was wrong about you fellas. Y'all some pretty good folks to help us out. An emissary from the Patriarch himself arrives at the height of the celebration, equipped with curative spells and miracles to restore your group to full health. She asks that, as your earliest convenience, you present yourself to the Patriarch for both his thanks and payment.
Yes, of course. Merrymaking and fineries are fine, but at this juncture, we must concentrate on destroying the crystal as quickly as possible. It is totally evil.
She says, crystal? What crystal?
I believe we could take it back to the Patriarch. Let us worry about this matter.
She sees she says, I am an emissary appointed by the Patriarch. You can show me the crystal.
We'll show it to you and him at the same time. How's that sound?
She says, I will give you 2,000 gold pieces for it.
Your money is worth nothing. We will go to the emissary now.
We're not handing that to him.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
I agree with my friends here. We will return to the emissary post-haste. In fact, with your entourage, if you like. But we will present it to him.
She identifies all of the items for you as +1 magic items. The 2 potions that you found, elixirs, are elixirs of hell. And she identifies the staff as a staff of curing. And she says, yes, the Patriarch should be able to help you recharge that for a donation to the church.
The purple potions are potions of health.
Elixirs.
Yes.
Elixirs of health.
Which, by the way, neutralize poison.
Who wants a purple potion? Because I've been holding on to the 2 of them.
I'll take one.
And to the wizard.
Okay.
And now that you've used it in combat, that trinket that you have, Paladin, is a percept of proof against poison, +1. It's +3 against wyvern poison.
I will bequeath my normal my normal non-magical short sword to young Bobby.
He holds it like it's an artifact of the most ancient and valuable, and he runs around swinging his sword.
I reach up and tussle his hair.
He will likely become an adventurer one day himself.
What, the kid that took the mace?
He gave him a short sword.
Oh, I was just gonna donate the mace to someone.
So do we give these people some coins we found?
That's
What's
fine
that
by
for?
me.
Do you want to give these people some of the coinage we found? It's quite a lot.
Alright, 1,000 silver should cover all the damage that happened to their farms.
Hey Wes, what's a silver piece worth? Is it a 20th or a 10th of a gold piece?
100.
It should be on the sheet, right?
Normally they're a 10th.
If you pull up your character sheet, you can go down there to it has a currency calculator, and you can just plug it in. You can say
Got it.
1 gold piece
In the player's handbook,
is
they're
worth
1/100th
10
of a
silver
gold.
pieces. A copper piece is 1/100th of a gold. Silver's 10, electrum's 2, platinum is 5, or 1/5 of a gold piece. Gold piece is 1/5 of a platinum.
I'd be fine with just giving them all the silver if that's that would be my suggestion.
No, I'm gonna take my whole share of everything and donate what's left after upgrading to full plate.
Didn't you already pay for that?
I'm gonna upgrade to full plate and then donate what's left.
Full plate's even better than the plate that he ordered. I think it costs somewhere around 2,000 gold, doesn't it?
Depends.
Well, if y'all wish to travel back to the Patriarch, it only takes a couple of days to return to him. Let's see, did he agree to pay y'all something to go do this?
I believe he did.
I gotta scroll back up and see how much he was supposed to pay you.
It was something like 500 gold pieces per person or something.
Even Murray forgives y'all for the slight that y'all gave him.
What did they do to him?
Y'all abandoned his ass in the woods.
Well, he
He
took
ran
off,
away.
if I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ran away.
Yeah, he's a fucking merchant. Of course he ran away.
Murray. I'll give Murray a few of my silver pieces. Quiet him down.
That's funny as shit.
So, when we get back, what do we find the rubies are worth?
The first two you found are worth 500 gold apiece. The ones the priest had, and the other 5 are worth 1,000 apiece.
So that's 6,000 in rubies, plus 7,000 in gold, 13 plus 600 in silver. 13,600 total GP value.
Can anyone
Not too bad.
We agreed to split that evenly, is that correct?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I agree to that.
So how many characters is that between?
4. Oh wait, 5. I forgot Sparkle. 1,
Can you guys hear me?
2. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I had to restart my computer, so I'm using the app on my phone.
Did your computer do it too?
Yeah, my computer died on me.
The
While I was trying to do
Patriarch
something, it just shut down.
Patriarch meets y'all as y'all arrive into town. The representative he sent sends a runner ahead to let them know that y'all are coming. Greetings, greetings, great heroes! I hear you have slain a mighty beast and found an artifact of great evil.
This was on.
That's true, Patriarch. Patriarch, we must destroy it at once. It is blindingly evil in its insipid disgustingness. It must be destroyed. Immediately.
Says, give me this foul artifact and I shall have it dealt with.
My friend Sparkle has it. She is invisible.
You cannot see the light of day.
He looks directly at Sparkle and says, may I have the gem, the crystal, please?
Read what I typed. Sorry, it took me a second to type.
He smiles at you and he says, I am lawful good if that's what you're looking for.
I just have to be safe. This is an incredibly evil artifact, and I'll become visible and pull out the gem and show it to him.
He says, lay it on the ground in front of me.
I look around at my party members for reassurance.
I gave her a thumbs up.
I nod.
He walks back inside and comes back out with a mace that is golden in color. He can barely carry it because he's so old, but the mace radiates a pure aura of good. He then smashes the crystal with the mace and it obliterates it.
Woo!
There you go.
It takes both hands for him to swing the mace, and he just barely gets it up to chest level and drops it more or less on the item, and it just obliterates. He says, y'all have done well. I will throw in an extra 2,000 gold for the destruction of this horrible artifact.
Oh my.
He said, did y'all find any other interesting things that might help me in my studies for
Yes.
this?
I'm not sure if this was mentioned, but there were runes similar to what we found in the live.
Mark, you're really quiet.
Yes, there are runes similar to what they found in the ancient library previously. Or ruins of a temple not too far from Wyvern Springs.
He studies these things that you've brought him. He says, this will be useful in my research for the tomb of Alexis.
And I show him my notebook.
Your what?
I show him my notebook, which I was using to jot down pictures of the ruins, notes on it.
This is fabulous. This is absolutely fabulous. This may be worth more than the gem or the crystal. I believe it was the crystal Alexis himself. It was rumored that he had a wyvern army at his disposal, a wyvern army at his disposal. This must be how he created it. So surely the legends of the Minotaur Mage must be true. A council of mages laughed at me when I suggested a Minotaur Mage. So we'll see who has the last laugh now.
I didn't think that Minotaurs were intelligent enough, and I'm saying this in character. You know, he's being quizzical and confused.
Yes, but just like as there are stupid humans and incredibly smart humans, there could be a Minotaur smart enough to cast spells.
I suppose so. I mean, I'm trying to imagine how they would do the hand signs. They'd have to adopt their own form of magic altogether.
There was rumor that Alexis even had demon blood in him.
Well, they say that everybody evil is automatically part demon. It gets rid of the problem of saying that he's
this
just
is
a bad.
starting to get a little racist. This is the demon.
Present company.
Hey,
And his magic was most foul indeed.
Right. Okay.
Just personally, I think that he studied in the realm of necromancy, and I believe that Alexis still exists. Somewhere buried in a tomb of evil with his undead form.
I just sort of raise a finger at him, lower my hand, and turn and walk away. Like, okay, I'm done.
Well, I look at Zagreus before he leaves on. I go, and I thought goblins weren't wise enough to cast clerical magic yet. We've countered one that did.
Yeah, that's true. Someone could be changing. Just seems kind of strange for two creatures that are notoriously not that intelligent to be doing rather wise and intelligent things.
Well, he also points out that these weapons were likely stashes from Alexis's personal guard. Dude, he
Wes,
supposedly
did you see
had
the
many of
whisper
such caches hidden around the valley for times of need.
Wes, did you see the whisper I sent you?
No, I was reading out of the book. No, I don't think I got one from you.
I sent it through on Discord because I can never remember how to do it on Roll20.
Oh, that's why I hadn't seen it yet, because I had Roll20 closed in the background. Can you have... No, he's keeping that.
Okay.
He has use for spells in it. It may help him locate the tomb. An augury or divination cast on that, using that dust as a reagent may reveal the location of the tomb to him in time. Meanwhile, y'all have lots of gold to spend.
Yes, of course, Patriarch. Would you be willing to help me with your connections to the artisans in the local area? Again?
But of course, Paladin, great hero.
I've recently come across 3,120 gold coins, and was wondering if you could help me spend 2,000 of those on a suit of field plate. And of course, I would be willing to donate the remaining 1,120 gold coins to your charitable organization.
Didn't you order armor from them before? If you did, I could pay you for that.
It's gonna take a while for me to get that armor, and then another good while to get the next suit of armor. So I might as well pay for it ahead of time right now.
He says, but of course, I believe that I could put in an exchange for the order for a mere 1,500 more to upgrade it to field plate. I don't believe there will be any further delay in delivery. I will send a special messenger to carry this task out as a thank you for your service to the Vale.
Oh, very well. Then I will donate the remaining 1,620 gold coins to your charitable organization. Well,
Quite a nice donation there, Mighty Paladin.
Minus just a small living for myself.
Of course, of course.
And here's the gold. Ka-ching. And I only keep, see, I give him, wow, another 340 silver. Well, 330 some odd silver. I only keep 9 silver out of all of that. And 10 copper.
Very well then.
So I'm donating something like, oh man, let's see, 2,000, like 1,500 plus gold.
He thanks you very deeply for your payment.
And of course my tithe is in there as well, your grace. Something like
they pay you
300 gold.
total of 1,000 gold. From the farmers, they give you 1,000 gold for assisting in the killing of these creatures. So the party gets another 1,000.
Wow.
I'll add that to loot.
And here I thought we were going to give them something.
And that additional 200 gold of mine goes right to the patriarch.
He smiles at you and says, I believe we will have you a nice set of armor in another week or so.
Yeah.
How did my armor do for you? Did it serve you well? I see some nasty gashes upon it from what looks like mighty fang.
Yes, Your Grace, I do believe that I have damaged it slightly. I would be, of course, willing to pay for its repair out of my meager living. What?
Of course not. Of course
10
not. It
10
gives the
gold
armor
points.
more character. I'm glad that it served its purpose in protecting you.
Oh, and that it did, Your Grace. It
He
served
says,
me
in
well.
fact, you may keep it.
I just whisper except for the posterity.
Why, thank you, Your Grace. I'm honored.
Well, this leaves the party with, he tells the party that his research is still ongoing for the location of the tomb of Alexis. He said he knows of the town south of here that is still under the eternal winter, and he believes that these magic items that you have recently recovered may go a long way in assisting you against the creatures of evil that have wrought this horrible winter upon the people. He says there's also a nearby rumor of a nearby thieves' hideout, stronghold, served by goblins in the nearby hills that could use a good cleaning out. There's the kobold lands. There's always a stronghold of kobolds that need to be killed somewhere. The dwarves, of course, have a problem with orcs. They would be happy for a strong sword arm to assist them. He said, I believe there is a merchant who has purchased a castle nearby that needs some assistance.
What's wrong with the nearby castle?
I believe he bought a castle. You know how these merchants and these noblemen are. He bought a castle and he went to claim his new castle and found that it has been overrun by monsters.
Oh,
The
are
devil's
they
always in the fine print, is it not?
are they more powerful than orcs or goblins?
I know not what is in the castle.
Chances are that they are. We should probably head out to that castle as soon as possible. I don't feel like fighting orcs and goblins
I don't really want to fight kobolds.
And
I think
kobolds.
it'd be fun.
Caveat emptor. Buyer beware.
Absolutely.
I remember that Sparkle and I wanted to check out that castle last time, so I'm up for it.
Indeed.
Hopefully it's something bigger and badder than orcs and goblins and kobolds.
Castle Caldwell it is.
Oh boy.
Once we get our wizard beefed up a little more, we can go back and do the other stuff and just nuke it all from orbit, just to be sure.
We have two wizards.
Miss what I did?
I turn to the
That was pretty
paladin
impressive.
and go, hey, you gotta remember there's two wizards here now.
Yeah, well, I don't see any fireballs during combat, so you know what I mean.
Neither of us know fireball yet.
It's so passe.
Great fiery balls.
But speaking of, we need to work on that grease tactic of mine.
Hey, you saw me try to kick over the stupid urn, but that altar thing was just too unstable. Maybe you could learn Cat's Grace and cast it on me during combat so I don't, jack around so much.
Throwing a torch would have been just fine.
I don't have a torch. All my stuff is in Sparkle's bag of holding.
Well, the Patriarch offers you lodging in his personal house to rest up before your next adventure.
Yes, of course, Patriarch.
On that. I've been sleeping outside this whole time.
Is there a place where I could bathe?
Yes, yes, I will have my servants draw up water for your baths immediately.
I'll do it myself. It keeps me humble.
And this small town treats y'all as great heroes, just as Wyvern's Falls did. Since nobody in town has ever killed a wyvern before, and they've heard of the great evil artifact that you have destroyed and how you've protected the Vale, and you're treated as heroes the entire time you're here.
Hell yeah!
All of the male characters have many women throw themselves at them.
And I'll find the most virtuous one. and court her with all my heart.
I'm just gonna turn them down and leave the festivities. That's just not.
And of course, any of the female characters that would find plenty of men that want to throw themselves at them too.
Hey, DM, prior to the last adventure, I had put in for some banded mail. Might that be ready, since it might not take as long as, something fancier than that?
The armor is it just takes time for it to be delivered.
Alright, copy that.
I'm going to decline any advances and follow after Zagrat.
You could probably even find some humanoid volunteers if you're into that kind of thing.
Oh, sell swords?
No, like half-orc women or whatever.
Oh. Ugh.
Hey, everybody's into different stuff. I mean, somebody's got to love the big hairy women, right?
Dwarves. Dwarves love the hairy woman.
Ogla needs some loving too, right?
No. No, they're good.
Well, the Patriarch arranges for y'all to meet with the nobleman Caldwell. Castle Caldwell's back here outside of Klein, or Clean, however you want to say it. It'll take y'all a couple of days' travel to reach there.
Oh, Patriarch.
Yes, my son?
Wouldst thou knowest where I could find the holy sword?
That will take some time. But if there's one to be found in this valley, I'm sure my emissaries will find a location of such.
When it comes time, hopefully my compatriots will be willing to assist me in questing for it.
I wonder if the knight at the south end of the valley... I will make an inquiry.
Thank you, Patriarch.
Paladin, you have proved a worthy companion. I most certainly will be accompanying you on your quest for your holy.
I pray that,
always-
that you will.
You've always done right by me, so I will, of course, help you as well.
And there are a few items that I could probably be useful in my hands. Mainly a certain deck of two decks of cards. A certain wand.
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, Drat, it seems I have already given away all of my money and am now a pauper. Had I known that you needed 2 decks of cards beforehand, I could have helped you in that situation.
These decks of cards are special.
Oh. Understood.
Yeah,
The
I'll
patriarch-
help you find your sword.
The patriarch says to the wizard, if it's those type of items you're looking for, the wizard's spire would be the place to look for that. For if such exists, it will exist there.
You know-
Stories of the Wizard's Spire.
But he says, beware. The rumor is that one of the ancient wizard warriors still resides in that place from
Ooh.
more than 1,000 years ago.
If such a creature exists, a holy sword would definitely help us on such a quest.
Exactly. As well as the holy arm of our church.
What?
But I must return to my studies. Good luck in your future endeavors, and I shall send an emissary should I find the location or the burial place of Alexis. Know that you will always have home and be welcome in the Vale.
Thank you, Patriarch.
Yeah, thank you.
So y'all cross the burning hills again. Your travel is uneventful. It takes 4 or 5 days to get back to Klein and meet with Caldwell. I think he offers y'all around 500 gold apiece to go clean out his castle for you. He tells you about the castle and how he purchased it and goes on about his noble heritage and blah, blah, blah. Basically, there's a bunch of monsters in there and he barely escaped with his own life.
I just figured you say, oh, for 500 gold, and say, okay, fine. But caveat emptor.
He says what?
I tell him caveat emptor, buyer beware.
He says, indeed, buyer beware. But my unfortunate situation is your fortunate luck. You may keep any treasure you find.
Yes, of course, such a thing would be part of our charge.
Then it is settled. I will equip you with whatever equipment you find necessary, and then I will give you a map to the location of Castle Caldwell. The future Castle Caldwell. It's not Castle Caldwell yet because he hasn't. He's Nobleman Caldwell. Hasn't had a chance to claim his castle yet.
Sounds like a sound plan. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a sound plan. Hopefully the monsters inside are stronger than orcs or goblins or kobolds.
Now, we are still here in town, right?
And Klein, yes.
How
And this would be a good place to stop if y'all want to. But I've got Castle Caldwell already stopped, so we can go as far as y'all want.
It's 2:30 a.m. here in New York, so I'm inclined to stop if that's cool with everyone.
Sure.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
We could pick up at Castle Caldwell next week.
Yeah, I'm fine
Sounds
with
good to
that.
me.
Hopefully with Jarahawk and our cleric.
And her new abilities. His,
And his new mace and staff.
Yeah, Pepper.
Pepper's the one that has that, not Jarahawk.
Yeah.
Is that a two-handed mace or a one-handed mace, by the way?
One. They're all one-handed, unless you're like a small creature or something.
I think you're proficient in simple weapons, so that would work out good.
Yeah.
So we want to call it here.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
It
idea.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed it. I apologize for some technical issues there early on.
Sorry,
Yeah.
class ran a little bit later than I expected.
It happens.
Had a good time. Good night, everyone.
Good
Night,
night.
Molly.
good night, everyone. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Wes.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks for DMing, Wes. See you next week.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
class.
Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it.
So same time next week?
And for those of you watching, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching us live on Twitch, please hit that heart-shaped button at the top of the screen. That's the follow button. And then once you do that, if you turn on notifications, you'll receive a notification every time we go live. I usually play D&D twice a week, once on Friday nights and once on Sunday nights. And then I DM every Saturday afternoon, Eastern time, 1 p.m., Pacific time, 10 o'clock in the morning. And I usually upload the VODs to YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell will give you a notification every time we go live. And if you'd like to help us out, I urge you to explore our links to Patreon and PayPal. On Twitch, if you scroll down from the virtual tabletop screen, you'll see links to Patreon and PayPal. The PayPal is for small one-time donations. Patreon is for a monthly pledge, as little as $1. Gets you access to a special Discord channel where you can talk to me during world building streams, which I usually do once or twice a week. The last few weeks have been kind of hectic, so I haven't had the chance to. And then it also gets you access to a monthly newsletter, which I publish on Patreon itself once a month. And it usually contains maps I create, macros for AD&D 2nd Edition on Roll20, and videos as well as links to the VODs for the Solenoid Hex sessions during that month.